Welcome to the first episode of Are You Trying to Mog Me Off, Mate? Where we're going to be doing a friendly build-off, well, maybe, of the FCX24 Unimog between myself and Wayne at Crawlstock RC. Now, if you're not aware of Wayne at Crawlstock RC, I'll put a link in the description. Check out his channel. He does some awesome builds. You may have already seen on my channel his 10th scale wrecker build, which actually won Best Scratch Build at SST last year, which is well deserved. He's also built like the 10th scale Unimog, which he calls the Mogwai. Yeah, does some amazing stuff. So like I said, I'll put a link in the description. Check out his channel. Basically, no rules, just be creative. I don't know what he's doing and he doesn't know what I'm doing, so it's just going to be a bit of fun. In this first video, we're going to be going for visual changes. So I'm going to be going for a camper build, so I'm going to be using the Fair RC camper bed. You know, I'm going to get a driver in there. Obviously, I'm going to put some accessories and I've got to put some stickers on there, haven't I? But yeah, I'm just going to try and be as creative as I can. I'm going to have my work cut out trying to beat Wayne because, yeah, he does some amazing builds and I generally just chuck some stickers and some accessories on things and, you know, a nice set of wheels. Basically, as we do the builds, you guys can basically let us know what you think of the rigs, which ones you prefer, you know, which one you think looks the best, which one you think performs the best. So like I said, this first video, we're going to be looking at the visual changes. Second video is going to be performance modifications. Third video, we're going to give it a good run and see then how it performs on like the rocks, on the trail and stuff like that. Let's get cracking with stripping this thing down, getting it painted and start our, did you just mog me off, mate? Build off. Okay, we've got the camper bed all painted up. Unfortunately, the colour wasn't quite the grey I was looking for. It's meant to be cement grey, which I suppose this is kind of a cement grey, but it's a very deep cement grey. So you can see it doesn't quite match up with the colour of the rig. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to weather it for Britain and just see, you know, make it look a bit old and used. You know, painting's not my strong point and I can't stand it either, to be honest. You can see it's got some like hairline cracks and stuff like that, but I thought, well, actually that could all feed into it. I'll just basically detail those. For the actual Unimog, I think I'll do the same. I'll detail the cab and, you know, just make it look a bit old and used, really. A few other bits and pieces I got for it. I've got this Fair RC front bumper, so that's going to hopefully go on the front of the Unimog as well, which will hopefully just make it look a little bit different. I've also got some Endura brass wheels. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to paint these or not, so yeah, stay tuned for a couple of minutes time to see if I did actually paint them. And then I've got some Endura tyres that I'm going to chuck on there as well. Yeah, I thought these ones might be a bit more fitting to the style, but so we'll get those on as well. I'm also going to see if we can get Captain America in there. Hopefully he should fit. I'm probably going to have to chop his legs off. Maybe I should have got Legolas from Lord of the Rings. Bad joke. I'm going to get cracking with all this stuff, get it all painted. I'm not going to bore you going through it all because it's probably going to take me hours to do it. So I'm going to get cracking. Captain America's going to keep an eye on everything while we do it, and then I'll be back shortly. And hopefully it'll look really, really good or really, really bad. I give to you the Mograt. That's what I'm naming it. So I have finished it. I've got everything I wanted on there. Didn't quite turn out how I originally intended it, obviously with the colours and stuff like that. But the camper bed body fits really, really nicely. You basically just take off the original rear bed and all of the side barrels and stuff like that. And then underneath, it just uses the original mounting points that the rear bed uses. And then you can just reuse the same screws. Fits on there really nicely. Obviously you can see it's really heavy. So I think in the second video when I do all the chassis upgrades and performance upgrades, I'm definitely going to need some better shocks because yeah, these shocks are sagging. So as you can tell, I've kind of gone to town on the weathering. I do quite enjoy the weathering. I wouldn't say I'm the best at it, but you know, I quite enjoy doing it. So I'll take you through what I've done to it. So we've got the Fair RC 3D printed Unimog front bumper. And again, I've just kind of weathered that a little bit. As you can see, I left the original body grey, but again, I've just weathered it, tried to do a bit of kind of a used look with some rust and some dirt and stuff like that. Hopefully I haven't gone too over the top, but obviously let me know what you think of it in the comments. I think at least it gives it a bit of character, so you know, that's kind of what I was aiming for. Obviously I painted the camper bed in that kind of, well, cement grey it was, and then again I've weathered it with like black soot colour and then like 2 different shades of rust just to give it that kind of used look. Stuck a few stickers on there and stuff like that. What I did do as well is these bits were came off the original
Unimog that were actually, you know, all along the sides and stuff like that. So I just basically stuck them on and just weathered them, and I just thought it just gave it a little bit more character. So I do love a sticker, so, you know, we've got to have some stickers. I did try to like weather the stickers, so at least they don't look too new and shiny, so hopefully then it gives it a bit more character. Now, one thing you can probably see, hopefully in the light, is all these little black circles, which are all the little rivets. I literally hand painted every single one of those with a paintbrush. Man, that took some time, because yeah, there's a lot of them. So I did all of them by hand. So yeah, that took probably longer than half the rest of the actual body itself, but I think it gives it a nice bit of detail, and it was worth it. I did some, like, you know, black weathering on the vents and stuff like that as well. Again, just make it look like, you know, what you'd expect them to look like, kind of shaded and stuff. For the wheels, I actually painted the Endura brass wheels purple, which is just like a satin purple that's just lacquered. I'm a massive fan of purple wheels. So yeah, I wanted to kind of give it my own little twist. Now, I'm calling it, like I said, the Mog Rat. The idea with this, when we do the upgrades, is, you know, it's probably going to have like shiny chassis parts in it and stuff like that. So that kind of like rat rod look, where the body looks a complete mess, but underneath, you know, you've got some nice shiny parts, and, you know, you've got some good stuff going on under the hood, so we say. On the top, I got a little roof rack. Originally, I did want to get a much bigger roof rack with spotlights and stuff, but I didn't manage to pick one up, and in the end, you know, I've just kind of chucked it together, really. I have actually used the roof rack that came with my original FCX24 K5 Blazer, and then these accessories are actually from FMS, these little boxes, and also the surfboard. I'll put a link in the description to where you can get them from FMS's website if you do want to get them. You can use my discount code as well to get $5 off any accessories. So yeah, again, I've chucked those on there, put some of their stickers on there, and again, just weathered them, you know, just to make them look a bit more used. I did also get, you can probably just about see him through the window, I did also get Captain America in there. I lacquered the windows as well to make them look a bit kind of like foggy and stuff like that. But we got Captain America, and then we got a little RC all-wheel drive package on the passenger seat. And he's got some obviously top secret RC all-wheel drive plans there. But yeah, let me know what you think of it in the comments. I'm really happy with it. You know, again, it's not quite what I'd originally planned, but I just kind of improvised and just went with it. And, you know, I'm happy with how it's turned out. I think it's definitely got some character. I think it looks better than it did to begin with. I wasn't fussed on the standard grey. I didn't think it was a very nice colour. So, you know, at least it's hopefully got some nice character. And, you know, once we get some of the performance mods on there, you know, it should look pretty cool. Like flexing, obviously it's going to be an absolute wobble machine with how heavy it's going to be. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be up to much, but it's certainly going to look cool doing it. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. Let me know which is your favourite bit and which is your least favourite bit. You know, do you think I went over the top on the weathering, or do you think it actually looks pretty good? Obviously on camera it always looks a little bit different to what it looks like in the flesh. One of the highlights, I'm actually really happy with the front bumper. I like that kind of like used and battered kind of look of the front bumper. And then the bonnet, where we've got the little rust detail on the bonnet. So I was pretty happy with that, because sometimes I do tend to get a little bit carried away on the rust. Whereas, yeah, I think all the little details on the bonnet and on the doors, and then, you know, on the front of the roof and everything like that, hopefully that looks a little bit more realistic. What would be really cool if I could get some working lights on the top, but to be honest, I'm not going to take it apart all over again just to try and get some LEDs in there, some flashing LEDs. But that would be super cool, wouldn't it? That'd be like the pièce de résistance, wouldn't it? Oh, and I almost forgot the tyres. I did actually have to change the tyres. Originally, I was going to go with those 62mm Endura tyres, but they were too big. Basically, when I just tried it on the bench, full lock, it was just jamming up, and, you know, the drivetrain was starting to get jammed and stuff. So instead, I went for the Little Guy Racing Parts Trench Kings, the 57mm, and I think they actually look quite nice. You know, I think that the style of the tyre, the tread pattern, you know, is quite keeping with the actual rig itself. And, you know, we haven't got too bad arch gap or anything like that, but at least it'll give us that kind of movement. And yeah, I guess, you know, it looks a bit more scaled, doesn't it? So, but again, let me know what you think of the wheel and tyre combination. Do you like my purple wheels? I absolutely love purple wheels. If you've seen Wayne's Unimog already before you've seen mine, then drop me a comment below and let me know which one you prefer. Do you prefer mine? Do you prefer his? You know, a bit of friendly banter. You know, hopefully mine looks better. But, you know, yeah, I'm not counting my chickens, because he's pretty good at making some pretty awesome stuff, whereas, you know, I just tend to just whack it together and just weather it for Britain and just hope that it comes out looking pretty decent. So yeah, but let me know in the comments which one you think is better so far, mine or his. Let's get this thing outside and just give it a really quick run on the rock crawler course in the back garden. I just want to see how bad it is now, you know, with that camper bed on there, as if it's going to just fall over every 5 seconds or not. And then obviously we've got something to compare to, because in the second video we are going to be going to town with upgrades to try and make this thing perform while also being super cool and very top heavy. First of all, let's try the hill climb. I don't think it's going to end very well, but let's give it a try. Oh, look at that lift on the front. Yeah, it's definitely a top heavy rig. Oh, that's hysterical. Let's try the gatekeeper, shall we? It can't even get the other one, so ooh, bumper clearance issues. Yeah, that's not happening, is it? Yeah, we've definitely made it top heavy. It's going to be more of a trail rig, I think, than a rock crawler, isn't it? Let's just see if we can kind of navigate through some of the rocks. Shall we just nice and slow? Nice bit of flex there. Oh. This isn't going to end well, is it? Oh, scratching my nice rusty bumper. Whoa. I'm amazed that's not fallen over yet. Oh, that's a lovely wobble. Oh, it's gonna go. Yeah, it's definitely top heavy. It's got some lovely flex though. Yeah, I'm really liking the look of it actually. In the daylight I think it looks even better. But yeah, it's definitely, it's no performance crawler now, is it? But for me, this is more of a kind of an overland truck, you know. It's going to be doing kind of like trails and stuff like that. But, you know, just for a laugh, we've got to try out the rocks, haven't we? But anyway, at least you can see what it looks like. And, you know, we've got something to compare to when we do all the upgrades. So like I said, let me know which one you prefer. Do you prefer my Mog Rat, or do you prefer whatever Wayne's done with his? Thanks for watching the first episode of Are You Trying to Mog Me Off, Mate? And we'll see you on the next one.